What's up, friends, and welcome to the second issue of the Average Hero podcast, where we talk about superhero, comic book, and movie news. And today, I'm joined by my two good friends.
Jason, you already know. I'm here all the time, man. Shock Nick.
And Adam, a.k.a. Cabby, a.k.a. the Werewolf.
And as Nick said, my name is Jason Gomes, and let's get started. Today, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite blind vigilante, Mr. Magoo. Netflix's season 2 of Daredevil. What do you guys think of it this season? For me personally, I liked it. It worked on a lot of levels. Didn't work on a lot of levels for me.
We have a hater.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm a hater. I'm pretty neutral about it, but there were some things that annoyed me about the show.
You're sipping the haterade just a little bit. Let's be real.
It definitely wasn't as good as season 1.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I'm pretty sure, like, all in all, season 1 was better. The show has a lot of problems with characters and too many characters, and some characters not being as good as others, and also they take forever to finish a plot point. Mm-hmm. And like, they'll finish plot points that I really don't care about quickly, but they'll take forever to show me what I want. Like in season 1, it took forever to get to Daredevil, like the final version of Daredevil. And I get it, you're growing with him, you're building up to it, but like, it was the last 10 minutes of the last episode and you finally got to see Daredevil in his outfit.
Which, personally, his black suit was way better. But they did improve on his costume this season so much. I liked it a lot this season. We'll
get to that. But yeah, like, just one choice, like changing one thing about it made it better. But I think they have a lot to move on the suit. I think it's a lot of black.
They made it more red, though.
They changed one plate on the head. That's pretty much it.
The bodysuit is pretty much about the same. The only thing they really changed was the fact that on the old mask there was this big diamond on the front of his head that was black, and now it's just mostly red,
and
except for the earpieces. But
and the eyes are red now, which is pretty sick.
Well, the eyes were red on the other one too.
No, they weren't.
They weren't?
No.
I could have sworn they were
red. That's why it looked weird. It looked really weird in it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he looks a lot better. There's a scene in this where he's standing in a room with just a red light, and it makes the entire suit look red. And I'm like, that looks so much better.
Why can't we just have
have that? Like, why do we have to have black? And I watched the entire season with my girlfriend. She's like, maybe it's for stealth. And I'm like, I don't care. It's superheroes. Like, just let him be all in red. Like, we're talking about a blind man.
How does he know what color it is?
He's colorblind. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy it. I just do think there's some issues with it, but nothing that ruins it. I still give this season a solid 8 out of 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I still think it was a great season.
Wow. I thought you were gonna say
no. I
6.5
really
or
enjoyed
something.
it. I enjoyed what was good was really good, and what was poor wasn't game breaking. It was just annoying that it was a thing, right? And we'll get into that. But what did you guys think?
So yeah, for me, I love season 1. Probably my favorite, I guess, superhero show on television. Fair to say, one of my favorite shows personally. I really liked season 1 Daredevil. I loved the Kingpin. I loved watching, it made me, I did not care for Daredevil at all as the character. The show made me care. I got really into it. I went to play Marvel Heroes after and play as Daredevil. But yeah, this season did disappoint me, I guess, just a bit. I still enjoyed watching it. Just the overall story was just all over the place this season. A lot of subplots, and I guess Elektra didn't really do it for me, and she was a main part, so I guess that ruined it.
Bit of an issue with me too.
But yeah,
she was a bit of an issue for all three of us.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Versus season 1, I loved the flow of the story. I loved going into the origin of Stick and him as a kid, and then we got Kingpin's origin, which was a fantastic episode, and then the very end of season 1, I guess, was when he took him down.
Less than 5 minutes.
It was quick and to the point, but like there was a long build to that fight, and it was very anticlimactic.
I think that's the theme with most of these Marvel Netflix shows. They have great build up and a great like overall season, but the last episode always
Same thing with Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones was this way. Even this season season finale was.
This season finale was to me.
Yeah. I would take last season's finale over this season's finale.
It made me appreciate it more.
The last one wasn't that good either.
Yeah.
So.
But overall, I loved the hell out of this season for mainly the action. Season 1 had very minimal action. All the scenes, if you go back, it only had one action scene every couple episodes.
Yeah, that was going to be my point. Would be that the story in the first season, everything about the first season, really, like the characters, the story, everything was pretty much better in the first season, other than the action. The action in season 2, there was just way better action.
I don't know, because like I would say yes, we got more of it here, but I'd say we got more grandiose, big fights last season. Last season there were moments, sure, there weren't like filled with punches and kicks, but like when you remember a fight scene from last season, you remember a fight scene. Like the fight scene in the hallway was great. The Kingpin versus Matt fight, Nobu versus Matt, like all the fights,
I was
every fight except for probably the final fight was incredible and memorable. This one, sure, you had a lot of Elektra and Daredevil taking on the hand, but it wasn't anything remarkable, I would say.
Yeah, I was going to say the first season, the action that it did have for me was phenomenal. I loved the hallway scene versus they did the same kind of thing in this season.
Episode 3.
The stair fight didn't do it as much for me, but it was better choreographed, I'd say. But the first season made so much more sense the way it went through. You got to see him get exhausted during the fight. It was
he
was
already tired when he got there.
It was gritty. I loved it.
And it was one shot almost where it just kind of stayed there, and you just got to see people come into the shot. Where this season they also tried something very cool. They tried to, I don't know if it was one singular shot. I'm pretty sure there's some cuts here and there, but that illusion made it also seem exhausting. And I also like to see that the Daredevil and Matt Murdock had a smile on his face at one point. He was he was just enjoying kicking these guys, and like
with the gun. Oh my god,
the chain. When he finally got the chain, he started like Ghost Ridering it up. It was amazing. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and just every episode this season had action. Just it kept it going, entertaining. First season was a lot of talking, but the action in the first season was more had more of an impact.
More to the plot. Right. Yeah. That scene, if you really look at it, this season, episode 3. Well,
it was stupid.
It's for no reason. It just happened. Right?
It made me laugh.
I loved the hell out of it. I was sitting there like a fucking kid with candy, but like when you look back on it, it's like, what were they fighting about?
Yeah, the first season, like he's going there, you can see he's pissed. He's going there for a reason, and he takes down all the guys. He's exhausted. This one, it was just. It made me laugh because Punisher blows up the motorcycle. It blows up all the motorcycles. The guys just come out like a video game with a wrench. Like, let's get him. Yeah. Even though there's a guy out there with a gun. Who just blew up all your cars. Like you guys are just running out there with like a freaking wrench. Like, are you crazy?
They just look up at the top of the building. They're
let's get him.
He's got a gun, and then they just pull up chains and crowbars.
Let's get him, boys! Like I thought that was very video game like, just to have another scene like that. But overall, enjoyed watching this season so much. The first 2 episodes were I wasn't as into it, but then by episode 3, I was so into Punisher. I was really into the court case thing. They brought back Stick. Then they brought back Kingpin. So I was loving it. Until probably the last episode again. It was kind of like
What would you give it out of 10?
So my overall, I was gonna say an 8, and but I guess we have a different kind of 8.
I give it 8.
Yeah, definitely an 8 for me. Season 1, I'd give a 9. Definitely.
About 9, 10. Definitely.
Yeah. Definitely.
It was literally that last episode that kind of threw me off.
Yeah, for their season.
This one I was kind of thrown off for most of it, but like what I did I loved, so it kind of boosted that grade way
for
up.
Sure.
But I wouldn't call it anywhere close to what season was for me.
Yeah.
Adam, what'd you think?
You pretty much said it all. The thing that I really enjoyed the most about this season that kept me really going with this season was the fact that I was always waiting for the next Punisher scene, just because whenever like it'd be okay at parts and it'd start to slow down, and then it cut the Punisher and he's just murking people. And you're like, yeah, okay, let's go. And that really helped carry me throughout the whole season. So to not hit on the same points that you guys have hit on, I would give it about an 8 as well. Season 1 again would be like a 9 or 10. It was just season 1 overall was better when it comes to how the story was written and everything like that. Most of the characters were better in season 1. There were some characters I kind of got bored of and never really hooked onto, like Elektra in this season. The court case was good. It took a little while for that to fully wrap up, but it was good. So yeah, I'd give it like a 8 out of 10.
This is so unoriginal.
We are.
I'm gonna drop mine down to a 7.
There we go.
Go ahead. The way it's just out of all the TV shows that are out there, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
it's one of the best shows that I think
yeah.
could go out there.
That's the thing. It's so good that you forgive it more.
Yeah.
Like what I find with Arrow and shows like Arrow and The Flash, where like when they mess up, I'm really I'm like really. But when Daredevil does it, I'm like, you know what? You guys do so many good things that like it's okay. Yeah. I forgive you.
And you know they're gonna like have a scene 2 minutes later that's gonna totally make up for the next.
So like I'm totally okay with it.
Yeah.
Like,
definitely excited for if they do a season 3, because I cannot wait to see Kingpin again.
There is no confirmation, according to
and
Charlie
Punisher,
Cox,
personally,
who plays Matt Murdock. There's no confirmation for a season 3 as of right now. Netflix is aiming for early 2017 release of Iron Fist, which will be the next step of the Netflix Marvel series, and then next year fall have the Defenders, which is a culmination of Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage.
So wait, Iron Fist's show is supposed to come out before Luke Cage's?
Oh no, Luke Cage. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah. Well, that's the schedule for next year. This year,
Luke
Cage is this fall.
So there's a Luke Cage show.
Yeah, at the
that does not interest me at all.
At the end of season 2 of Daredevil, they actually have the trailer for Luke Cage for his season to come up.
Really?
Next. That's why I was wondering why Iron Fist would be next. But yeah, it looks like it could be good.
Yeah, I don't know. He's really boring to me.
Yeah, he only has one kind of thing, but we'll see. Maybe it's because he's gonna go. I don't know. We figured him out. I know you haven't finished Jessica Jones. You should. We will talk about that in the future. But the thing with him is they kind of wrap up his story in Jessica Jones. Like, there's no reason for him to be angry unless they go back and start looking at how he became Luke Cage, because they never explained how he became unbreakable.
That's like, again, that would be a solid episode during Jessica Jones or
right,
the Defenders, anything like that.
I have faith. These guys haven't.
Yeah, they haven't messed
steered
up
me
yet.
wrong yet.
Yeah.
If Luke Cage is their first misstep, we'll
They have 2 shows so far, 3 seasons combined with the both shows, and they've all been good. So I'm willing to give Luke Cage
I'm
a chance.
I'm pretty excited to see Iron Fist. Is he going to be in New York as well, though? Like his show?
I think it's going to be half and half. It's going to be like half in
training.
the mountains, training, punching bags of sand and stuff like that.
But they're all from New York in general, right? These characters?
I guess he goes
Danny
if he's a defender.
So
he's a rich guy, right? Yeah, exactly.
He's a...
What superhero isn't?
Seriously.
Let's be real.
Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's true. He lives with an ant. Wolverine.
New York based. There's a lot of people in New York.
Wolverine runs from his life. It's not, if he wanted to work at it, he could be.
Fantastic Four, are they going to pop up in Marvel?
Probably not.
Netflix?
No.
They're owned by Fox.
Yeah, hopefully not for long. But
they can't.
They'll keep making those movies into the ground.
Yeah, they've probably turned me off from the Fantastic Four for
the only
life.
thing, to be fair, and not to shit on anybody if they like the Fantastic Four, but the only thing that really
even though you should feel bad about yourself if you did.
Well, not the movies. I mean, like the characters in general. Yeah, if you like the characters in general, I get it. Like I can see the appeal. The whole thing that I really like about the Fantastic Four isn't really necessarily their team; it's more their villain. I like Doom.
Yeah,
Doom
that's
is really cool.
Doom is my favorite villain.
That's the biggest disappointment in the fact that Fox owns them, so you can't get Doom in the Avengers.
That's
Doom
what
in the
pisses me
Avengers
off.
would be great.
They own a lot of properties that people don't realize. Skrulls, they own them.
The Silver
Fox
Surfer
does?
would be cool too.
Skrulls.
Oh no,
they own the Silver Surfer. They own Galactus. They own so much. So much.
Doom, man.
Good stuff.
Doom, Venom, and Deathstroke are 3 villains I want to see done.
Venom's been one of my favorite villains. Yeah. Well, he's an anti-hero now, but he's been one of my favorite villains since I was a kid. Like I love
and I want to see those 3 guys done so well. Mm-hmm. But Anyway, we're getting derailed.
Yeah.
It's all Marvel. That's what happens. But yeah, I thought Daredevil was pretty solid. I had a lot of... I know you said Matt Murdock killed it for you this season. He was a huge problem for me this season. I thought
He was straight pimping this season. I loved it.
I'm in agreement with Jason on this one.
He was absolutely not.
I felt like he was an asshole and he was kind of boring as a character.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Season 1 was a whole buildup of how this guy was really intelligent. Not only as a vigilante, but as a lawyer. And in this season, he's like,
You get none of that.
Heck being a lawyer, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's
Yeah.
so many moments where he could kind of just do what he needs to do or have the best of both worlds, but he keeps messing it up. Right? And
You mean
and there was also, I get it. Daredevil doesn't kill. He doesn't like killing. No guns, no things.
No
He's
killing.
He's just Batman.
He was Batman this season. I loved it.
He was a better Batman.
He wasn't
He
Batman.
did detective work.
He was Batman to the point where he
Did he?
didn't kill people.
Yeah, he did. He went to the cops, whatever the cop or the DA's lawyer. He got information down.
But we got that and more last season.
And
this
then
season we got
then
like
he
a bit.
threw his freaking baton at Punisher's gun and said, "No killing."
Yeah,
no guns.
that's nothing to do
And
with
like-
being a detective.
But I'm saying that was Batman
And that's
too.
fine. That's fine. You know what? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and he was
He
acrobatic.
did it. He had that same goddamn speech at least once per episode. Every episode, at one point, Daredevil would have
think
to
you're
say,
being generous.
"No killing,
Damn right.
no killing."
I think you're
no
being
guns.
generous.
What do you
I
mean being
think he
generous?
said it like 3 times at least per
I don't know.
episode.
And it was ridiculous. He would not stop with the no killing, no guns. I understand that's not your thing, but like here's another character where it clearly is his thing. It's his favorite
Yeah,
thing.
and that was great.
And
I
you
love
keep
that.
annoying him.
Yeah,
That's like his trademark thing is
Yeah.
he kills people and you're like, please no.
Yeah, and like all the way to the last episode. I'm not gonna jump straight into the last episode, but I just want to talk about the first 5 minutes of that episode. So you spent all this season. By the last episode of the season, you know Daredevil doesn't like guns, he doesn't like killing, and he likes it his way, not Stick's way, his way. And they spend the first 5 minutes of the goddamn episode reciting a speech to Elektra of that same crap we heard all season in just one big no killing, my way. We do this my way, no killing. Sticks wrong. No guns, no killing.
no sticks.
No sticks. We do this my way, no killing, my way. And I'm like, we get it. I understand what you're trying to say. I don't care anymore. Right? And then Punisher shoots up 2 guys right at the end. He doesn't even flinch. Whatever.
Yeah,
He says, "Let's try it your way,"
Well,
but then
it's-
he doesn't.
Yeah.
There's a reasoning for that, and it's because he's triggered at that point. Daredevil's been triggered, and he's just like, kill him,
It's just
kill him.
constant.
I don't know.
But yeah,
My way, my
Oh, yeah,
city,
for sure.
no killing. And I'm like, we get it. Like,
But when he beat on guys, man, he beat the hell out of them, man.
yeah,
like
he was pretty rude. I don't
he
know
was
if
cra-
more
he was
ruthless
brutal.
this
This
Yeah,
season.
he
he
was
punched that
pretty
guy
brutal.
like 10 times in the face, and he go, "Ah!" Like he was into it.
He was celebrating more. I saw
Yeah.
that. He was like,
He was
after every
smiling.
punch, he was like, whoa.
there's the one scene where he's in the hallway and he's got the gun taped to his hand,
Yeah.
and he knows there's no bullets left in the thing. So he plays with the bad guys and he just like aims at them and pulls the trigger and they all flinch and then he smiles. So he just plays with them and he's having fun with them. It's just funny to see that.
Yeah, no, it was. I really enjoyed most of that, but
Yeah. Like when he was suited up, I was so down for everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just was like, wow.
That scene where he was in that closet where the red light was hitting on him, that's really
yeah,
cool.
he looked great.
Yeah.
I
There's some
loved it.
great
and you
scenes
could
in
really
the
see
show.
the red eyes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, if we get into it, the first 2 episodes I thought were really weak. I
Oh,
was,
they
I was
were.
bored.
I was bored. I was just being thrown into something I didn't really understand.
Yeah,
What
and-
saved me from those 2 episodes, especially in the first one, was the Punisher.
Oh yeah,
scenes.
and exactly.
Yeah, but I was like, it was still boring. Like the
Yeah.
first episode, the first it starts off with a huge action sequence with like guns and people dying, and then literally the scene right after the fantastic intro. One of the best TV intros I've ever seen. In
Yes,
my life.
I was just gonna say that. I love the intro to Daredevil.
But
It
the-
is the best
Yeah,
one.
but the first scene you see after that is literally a guy with a hole in him, like a giant hole, probably the size of a dinner plate. And I was like, oh, we're starting off with a bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And know that an episode ended with a bang.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
I didn't expect them to fight so early. And they fought like literally every episode.
Well,
up
here's the
until
thing with
one.
that. Yeah, here's the thing with that. I was happy that they fought so early.
Yeah,
I'm like,
cool.
finally, that means the team up is coming earlier than I thought.
Yeah, we're jumping right into it.
Like, we're getting right into it. We're going to see Daredevil fight, and after the 4th episode, I'm like, okay, maybe 3 more episodes, they'll be on a team, and they'll be fighting the Hand together, or fighting whoever of the fucking 3 villains that they added this season. Never happened.
Yeah, you went to jail, man.
Never happened. We never got to see the team up. All we got was a 2-second bang bang. See you later, Red. And then he left.
What I liked about in the first episode was how they tried to set the tone of the season very quickly. When he interrupts that gun deal that's going down between the gangster guys and the guy from the first season who was at the shipyard with the stick scene where he's bouncing. Or they try to set the tone of the season right away, where he's like, "You can arrest me this week, please. Like, just you don't arrest me, but if you do arrest me, I'm just gonna be out next week, right?" And he's just I'll see you then. And
I thought that was badass too.
Yeah, that was really sick. Like, but that was one of the good moments for Daredevil. Yeah. But it was a really sick scene because like it's setting the tone that like Daredevil's being told by everybody that his way is maybe not the best way, and then he finds somebody that's doing it.
And I love that dynamic.
And it was just it was a good way to set it up. They didn't fully execute it on it later on, in the sense where they didn't pull it off. They kind
of just gave up on it.
Yeah. Well, no, but they try to shove it down our throats that his way is the right way. But then at the end of the season, Daredevil gives up on it. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They kind of just give up on it. Yeah. Like, they're relentless with talking about it, but in reality, I think more bodies dropped after he gave a speech or during his speeches than if he never, you'd be like, no killing, and then Elektra cut someone's throat. Yeah.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, he'd be like, no killing, and then Stick would murder, 10 people.
And he's the only one. I mean, he still sticks by it.
That's cool, but, it's clear that no one else wants to, and he doesn't shut up about it. Yeah. And it's crazy, but...
Well, because it's not like it's a matter of belief in let's for example politics. It's not like, oh, I like Democrats, you like Republicans, and everybody else around me likes Republicans, but I'm gonna stick and be a Democrat. I'm gonna preach the fact that I'm a Democrat. Whereas it's like we're talking about people's lives, so you can see why he's a stickler on it. He doesn't want people to die.
He was also trying to convert Elektra. He was trying to change the ways of Punisher. He's still a lawyer, I guess. He's still trying to defend his case.
He's a guy that very much
and he's Catholic.
All you need to do is go in a little box with another man, say I'm sorry, and you're all solid. It's all good. That's all the Punisher needs to do, and he will be accepted into the gates of God. Maybe we'll never know. He messes up some guys on this season. So
Punisher.
What do you say, sir?
You charge by the hour, Doc? By the Punisher. I loved when he was tied up.
Yeah, that was my favorite episode of this season. There's 3 standout episodes in this season for me. It's episode 3.
Yes.
Where Daredevil and Punisher are on the roof together. I thought that was really great. I thought it was a little bit silly how it took him forever to realize the gun could shoot off the chain.
I think he was just trying to talk to him and get a sense of
what he was. That's why I'm giving you... But at the same time, Grotto died.
Yeah, but that guy killed an old lady, man. What are you going to do?
And then I thought that was a great episode. I thought it was a great dynamic, great conversation, great scenes.
Yeah,
just everything about it was
set everything perfect for me.
I really, really enjoyed it. I love the scene where Frank was talking to the veteran.
Yes.
And I was like, he was going to kill him.
He could have.
He would have.
He would have.
But I really enjoyed.
But he didn't plan to kill that old man either.
No, but it's just kind of how it's set up. If he only kills bad guys, that guy didn't do crap all.
Well, I mean, he was in Vietnam. He could have done some bad things there. Who knows?
But that was a standout episode for me. Yeah. The Kingpin episode was a standout episode for me.
Every episode he was in, I loved. But we talk in the prison scene.
Not when he shows up at the whole
episode was great. It was great to see the Kingpin because you finally see a good villain developed.
Well, you finally see a villain in this season.
Yeah,
because there really isn't.
There wasn't a villain until you find out Nobu is alive. Still.
Well, the Irish were kind of the villains, but they were taking up.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I like when they showed the Irish, I thought they were going to be the villains.
Yeah, that's the problem with this season for me because it starts off the Irish are the villains.
Yeah.
So we go off into this Irish world, whatever. And we take care of it. pretty cool.
And they
scene.
take him down.
That's my third favorite episode, the one where the Punisher is trapped, and you learn a little bit about his background.
Yeah.
I have some issues with this origin story. They change it up a bit, but I'll forgive it. Whatever. But I really enjoyed that entire scene. There's little hints about just characters, right? Punisher refuses medication. That's just one thing he does because it slows him down. And it's just really cool. So it's torture. That whole foot thing drove me nuts.
That was awesome. That was so good.
How he killed that guy right next. He put a razor blade in his body. Like, that's crazy. It's gross.
The best thing about that scene was when they bring out the dog and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do everything that we just did to you to this dog." And I'm like, he better get out of those chains.
Yeah, I was like, no.
And start
when they threaten the dog, I'm like, if they
guys.
kill the dog, I'm not watching the rest of the
same.
season.
Yeah, I said that too.
I'm like, he better just get out of those chains and wreck them. And what did he do?
Yeah, Max.
He got out of those chains and wrecked them.
I loved it. Him and Kingpin, man. Like when, man, just don't fuck with them when they have their mind set on something. They're doing it. He's like, tell me where he is. No. Oh, boom. Shoots. Shotguns the guy in the face. I was like, wow. Okay, that's the end for the Irish.
I like how Punisher's so badass that Fisk had him in a situation where you could have had him killed and tried to kill him previously, and he's just like, just let him go. Maybe we don't want to screw with this guy.
Yeah, it was very unclear who the villain was because first it was the Punisher, quote unquote the Punisher.
Of course, yeah.
And then throughout the season they keep touching on that, like maybe he's not a good guy, maybe he's just a crazy lunatic, and then Karen would be like, no, he's really good, and we'd have to
she was
listen to
right
her.
though. He was a good guy.
Yeah.
No, he's a good guy. He's a
Good guy.
It's all right.
He doesn't kill dogs.
Is that all it takes?
Yes.
You're good in my book.
And then it's the Irish, which it was like all right.
Oh man, they were all right. They were
okay. And then it was the Hand.
Yeah,
And
the
then
Hand was
whatever.
Yeah.
And like you never really got scared of the Hand.
Yeah,
And
never.
the hand kind of come in like 4 episodes at the end.
And they
right?
just
Like,
show
it's just
up
very
all of
quick.
a sudden, right?
Yeah.
And then in the midst of this hand crap going on, and with Daredevil and Elektra dealing with the Hand, you have this all of a sudden little side story subplot with the blacksmith. So I'm like, how many villains are we going to get through this season, and how many am I going to like? Because so far, none. Yeah. Right? Like not counting the Punisher, because he's not technically a villain, right? So it was just, I was constantly like, okay, here's a villain. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, here's another villain. Let's see how this plays out.
Yeah. Oh, it's Nobu again.
Damn it. And then finally it was like the blacksmith, and I was like, oh, that's kind of an interesting twist. And then in the end I was just like, oh. Like,
he wasn't really the villain, but I know what you mean exactly.
Yeah.
Season 1, Kingpin. That's all.
Yeah, and I didn't like a lot about Kingpin. I thought he was a big baby sometimes. Like there'd be moments where he'd be like,
Vanessa.
yeah, like there'd be moments like when he slammed that guy's head in the car. I was like, this guy is scary.
Yeah.
And then there was another point, and it happened in this season that made me laugh again. Where if you're like, oh, Vanessa's she has stupid hair, he goes like, like, he gets so mad, and he turns into a big baby. I just picture him with a rattle and a diaper, and he's just going nuts, and a giant ball
He turns into the guy that
D'Onofrio.
makes what's it called, Daredevil suit.
Yeah.
He turns into the guy that makes Daredevil suit.
Yeah,
like,
he just goes
they're kind of
nuts.
similar characters where they want to.
That's why I love. He's like, in season 1, I remember. What was the old guy, the older guy? It was Nobu, it was Mother Gao, and then
the guy that got thrown down the elevator shaft.
Yeah.
Like he had a perfect plan with Kingpin. He's like, if you kill me, all this shit. Kingpin still threw him down the elevator. Like,
Yeah,
he
that
does
makes
not
it crazy,
care.
but that doesn't make him smart.
No,
right?
he does have
just
plans.
My thing is he has temper tantrums.
His temper is what gets in the way of his or else he'd be.
And I'm all right with that.
Yeah.
Except sometimes it comes across as a legit, like,
Yeah.
I see no difference between him and the kid in the grocery store who can't get his cereal, except for the fact that he'll kill you.
He'll kill. He'll destroy. You.
Yeah.
That's what makes me laugh. Is people still like, just don't test him, man. Just don't test him. He'll kill you.
That's why I like the whole fact that after the prison scene that you get,
and then he beats the shit out of Punisher. Like that fight between them, even though oh my god, it was so intense. Like I felt it, and like and he's wailing on him, and then he stops, and like it's just like he just goes ape shit.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely entertaining.
he feels intimidating.
Yeah.
He's a good villain.
I was more intimidated when probably the funniest scene in the entire series for me when he beat the crap out of Matt in that little room.
desk?
He like smacked the shit
Yeah,
out
he
of
kept banging his
Matt's
head.
like, I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna get Vanessa. I'm gonna get her here. She's gonna go to jail. I don't even remember what the main plot was.
You'll never see her again.
You'll never see her again.
Shut up, Matt. Shut up.
And then you could just see Kingpin kind of like starting. He's like,
Yeah.
no, I want my Lucky Charms now. And he's like, he starts shaking, and then he just picks up Matt and literally slams him against the table over to the point where when Matt gets up, he's completely shaken.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like he forgets that he's blind.
He forgets that he's Daredevil.
Yeah. He's just like, he has no idea.
The look of surprise on his face when the handcuffs come off Kingpin and he grabs. He's like, "Oh shit, you're not handcuffed." And he starts slamming him on the desk.
You can bench press 600 pounds. Yeah.
No, but he wasn't. I don't even think he was properly handcuffed.
Oh, probably no. He was.
No,
He
no.
literally ripped them off.
I thought they mentioned it where afterwards.
No,
it's like,
no,
oh,
he
you
was
run.
free. He was never
Oh, no, no.
handcuffed.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
I thought he just
he was
ripped them
never-
off.
he owns
Because
the jail.
afterwards,
Yeah. Speaking of that, but
afterwards he mentions, is like, so Matt realizes like, oh, so you own this place. Everybody in here is controlled by you. Because one, the guards don't go in to try to stop him. Two, the handcuffs just come flying off.
They were
I thought he just ripped them off.
The other best part about that
strong.
scene,
Yeah.
the other best part about that scene is when he's walking away, all like woozy and
Yeah.
shit, and then the prison guard offers him a hand. He's like,
The
"Fuck
lawyer,
off."
yeah, he's just like, but like, how does he know? That's what I'm saying. He forgot.
No, because he
was blind.
touched
I
him.
was like, oh, did
He
he?
started,
Okay.
he started touching him. He's like, "Don't touch me,"
Yeah.
and just walked out.
That's one thing I didn't get. He's when he was in jail, like he was like helpless. Like you saw that on his face. I love when they like went back to like him going to jail. We got to see all
Yeah.
that working his way up. They said his funds ran out and that he owned one cop. When he told Punisher, "We have one cop and you have 7 minutes," but then he owned them all. I didn't
No,
understand.
because his funds ran out by the time he bought everybody there, because they go through the process of everything he's buying.
Are you sure that's what it was?
Yeah.
Because he said we have one cop.
I'm not sure of the logistics of it,
Yeah.
but it's quite clear he owns a jail.
Well,
That's
no,
what I'm saying. He
the
didn't.
The cop he was talking about, I think, was a cop on the outside.
No. Like, because he didn't. Because he needed the guy dead so that he would be the Kingpin.
He owns the jail.
But he doesn't own. Oh, he owned it when he killed the guy? No, but he wasn't even dead yet.
I honestly don't know. I don't know how he got control.
That's what I'm saying.
It's clear that it's some combination of money, fear. Maybe he's like, "I'll kill your family from the outside."
But,
or
yeah,
from
they
the
never-
inside. They never really go into
'Cause
it.
they
Maybe
said
they'll go
one
into
cop.
it next season because they didn't really get into much this season. They would
Yeah.
always throw something at you and then never really get into another issue with this season.
I like that he gets his Kingpin persona in this one.
Yeah. Oh, one
Before
thing.
he wasn't Kingpin until
Yeah.
this season.
I thought he was going to say, I like the white. Like, I thought he was going to wear the white.
Yeah, that's
Because he wears white
I was
suit, right?
looking for that too.
Yeah.
because they say the
white's for new guys.
The new guys wear white, and then when I couldn't remember if when Punisher saw him at first if he was wearing
He
white.
was
and then
wearing orange.
but then or orange, and
Yeah.
then it cuts back after that flashback and you see him wearing orange. I'm like, it would have been cool if he was still
Yeah, it
wearing
would have been
white.
sick if he kept the white, right?
But maybe he
Little
will.
things, yeah.
Maybe
Just
he
little
will.
things.
But I don't know. There's a lot of problems with them not getting into things. I didn't care so much because it was just so cool seeing, like, of course Kingpin would take over the jail. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, it just makes sense.
And the way
like,
he does it.
Yeah.
like, I
is
wouldn't,
badass.
I'm not going to question it. And it's one of those things where, like, I'm just so happy with it and so happy with how it looked and came out that I'll ignore the fact that, like, it's completely impossible. Right?
Oh, dude.
But, like,
So corrupt,
yeah.
but yeah.
But there's other things in the series. Like, my whole thing, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I want you to honestly answer me. Is Daredevil blind?
No.
To an extent, yes.
No, he's not.
He can't actually see, but he sees in different ways. He sees.
Yeah,
through
he's got
sound,
super
smell, touch.
things, man.
I don't know, man.
I know what you mean. Season 1 showed how he saw the world briefly. This season totally, like, I wanted them to show him play with sound and scene, like I wanted them to show his the evolution of his powers maybe a little bit more. They only showed it that one time with Stick telling him to, like, listen to the breath, but I want to see from his perspective things. But I know you have issues with things he
like,
did.
This show doesn't have a lot of inconsistencies. It doesn't, to be honest. But one goddamn inconsistency that it has is it has no idea whether Matt Murdock is blind or not blind. Because in the same episode, he will do something that a blind man could only dream of doing, and then 10 seconds later, he's just regular blind man, right? Like, there's a scene where he climbs up an entire building without any aid, without any hesitation. Like, if he stopped and felt around every 10 seconds or so to get up the building, I'd be more inclined to be like, okay, that's fine.
Okay,
but no,
before
he just
you go,
Spider-Man's up that thing. He Batman crawls that roof right up that building.
But now that I remember, he did that as a kid. I mean, the Daredevil movie did that too. Like, he literally had just super senses around him.
The Daredevil movie, to its credit, did show how he saw more often than this one did.
Yeah, but like, I remember when he was a kid, like, he would do handstands off the edge of buildings. He'd jump around. He knows the city. Like, I know that they didn't show it, but I think him climbing buildings, like, is something he can just do. Like, he has the super sensing around him.
I would attribute that to his way of seeing, right? Yeah. But that way of seeing is constantly being contradicted, especially when the hand gets introduced and he has no idea where they are because of the simple fact that they hide their heartbeat. But here's the thing. This guy has super hearing. How many times have we seen him stand on a roof and just listen?
Yeah.
Right? Just listen. And he can't hear. Like, they don't stop their heartbeat. They just slow it down quietly. So, like, he has super hearing. He should be able to hear them moving through the wind or moving their footsteps, right? But he just can't, and that makes him blind, right? So what happens to that on fire? I see the world on fire, right?
Yeah.
Because the problem with him fighting the hand is he can't hear him, so he can't know where they are. But in other moments, he's always saying, "I can kind of see."
Yeah.
So why can't he kind of see these guys? They're moving. They're not standing still. They're throwing punches. They're using weapons and stuff like. Why couldn't he hear the weapons? Right,
yeah.
Right. Why couldn't you hear the?
Well, because he
said they dropped their weapons.
He could hear the weapons before, but they had to get rid of them because he was starting to find them through the sound of their weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which is even more stupid. The fact that he went straight to the sound of weapons, but not that they breathe every once in a while.
Yeah, like he thought they were. What did he
probably
think they were
very
doing?
low though. The breath.
Because the second.
But he can hear noise from across the city.
No, but you say that it's very quiet. Okay. I don't believe that because the second Stick points it out, he hears everyone.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't even a thing of he just wasn't smart enough to figure it out. Or
obviously
he's not smart enough to figure it out. That's
you need
one
to
thing.
Focus a little bit.
But his powers are so inconsistent in terms of what he can see and can't see.
Yeah.
Even he has trouble figuring it out because like the second Stick says, "Listen to their breathing, dummy." He knows where every single one is.
Yeah.
And he fights them no problem.
They're not breathing like we are because apparently they're dead. We'll get into that one.
They never. We can't get into it because they never did.
That's true. We don't really know what's going on with the characters. We find out that those ninjas are dead, but apparently they still breathe, and they don't have heartbeats, but they breathe. I don't know why they breathe, but
maybe they're not all dead yet.
Who knows? It's really weird.
He kicked their asses though. Like that's what when they brought up that thing, he was fighting them for like 5 episodes beforehand, or like a couple episodes. He was still whooping their ass.
I don't think
he was
those
still
guys
struggling with it. Then why
was he though? He was whooping their asses.
When he went to go save Stick, that's when that statement came out. It's like I can't hear them.
You're talking about that apartment scene when Elektra and him get attacked by the guys in the apartment.
Not in the apartment, in the building.
Where they go with her, like when him and her team up for the first time.
Yeah, you're talking about in her apartment.
And that
they're using weapons in that.
And the other thing too is they're not the hand.
They may be the Yakuza, not the hand.
No, they're the hand.
They're versions of the hand, but they're not the ninja dead people hand.
Oh, are the hands strictly dead? Is that when you become the hand, you're a dead
maybe.
ninja?
I think that's the case. So the difference between being the hand and being Yakuza almost, or like just that type.
Oh.
Like,
so they were the ones he couldn't hear.
The hand works for Nobu.
Yeah.
And those other guys worked for that older Asian gentleman that we never really got into either. The guy who owns the office.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So
I got it. Okay, the hand are dead ninjas.
Yeah. Okay. And it's just it takes
it's confusing because they never explain it. They just kind of show there's dead people.
It shows a lot of getting into things and not explaining, and it's weird
cool.
Because there is no confirmed season 3, so I don't know why they're doing it, but we'll see. I enjoyed a lot of the characters. I thought Daredevil for the most part was good. I didn't like a lot of his choices, like for instance the court when he always chose to do things with Elektra. Or do things and ignore his friends, and ignore his responsibilities as a lawyer. Because I think that court case could have gone way better if he was there for like one more.
Probably not though. I think Castle was going to do that anyway.
Well, not from
maybe,
the
but at least he would have figured it out.
Not from the beginning he was going to do it, but at the end you find out he was going to because of what happens later on. But
Yeah.
I agree with you. And what makes it even more annoying is the fact that every time Elektra says, "Hey, come help me," he's like, "No, I can't. I have things to do." But then he does it.
And then he
anyways.
does.
Yeah, like,
Like,
He's in love, man.
And that's just,
Is
but it doesn't make any sense.
He
he
like
literally just got a girlfriend when he first showed up.
Yeah, and every time,
Yeah.
and at the beginning when Elektra first shows up, every time she shows up at his place or
Get
calls
outta
him,
here.
whatever that, he's like, "Get out of here! I don't like you. Leave
But
me
he
alone."
likes
You got
her.
cooties.
Yeah,
And
it's just like, and all of a sudden, at one point he just starts to love her again. And you're like, "But what?"
Because he's straight pimping, man.
It's not
They did the
pimping.
10 years ago thing. Like, Matt was on fire, man.
Yeah.
Picking her up, like...
I enjoyed the Punisher. I thought the Punisher was really...
The
Here's the
flashbacks with Elektra were good. With him and Elektra were good. It explained their background.
Yeah.
It just didn't convey enough chemistry between the two characters
Yeah, they
to
didn't-
justify it.
And I think it was more the actress. I don't know, she was good, but, like... I don't know.
I just don't
There's
think
something about Elektra, her story was okay.
She wasn't Elektra yet. That annoyed me.
Yeah, and I'll get into that.
Nobody's anybody
Until the end
in
of the
this-
season. But
yeah.
she didn't even get that treatment.
It's just, well, no,
No,
that's,
she didn't. She wasn't brought back already. We have no idea what she's going to become.
Yeah.
But
Like,
she is on the verge of becoming.
This
Elektra.
show is constant with this. You're not what you are until the end.